Hey YouTube, we're finally back. I apologize on behalf of the channel that the next episode took this long to come out. We had some stuff to figure out with the episode recordings and all that kind of stuff, but we have it all sorted out now, and we have another few episodes ready to go. They just need commentary and some editing, and we'll be putting them up. Things should be returning to somewhat of a schedule from now on. And so today I'm hoping to break away from the norm that we've been doing, just with matches between Daniel and I. This is actually a match that I had on BattleSpot singles, which isn't my favorite format, but it has its perks. The reason I chose to upload this match in particular is because it showcases some more high-end gameplay with some more thought-out teams. This is well beyond the point where I started breeding a lot and getting a lot better Pokemon and that kind of thing, and just being able to team build a lot better in general. So this is sort of my pseudo Sandstorm team that I'm using, but of course you can only pick 3 Pokemon out of 6 on BattleSpot singles, which means that it's really easy to make wrong decisions in this kind of format, because of course if you pick the 3 wrong Pokemon, or rather don't bring one Pokemon that could easily counter the 3 that your opponent brought, then you're just kind of out of luck. So as we can see already, my opponent has Mamoswine, who is a very, very good counter to all 3 of the Pokemon I brought. And of course, Heatran deals with Mamoswine very well with an Air Balloon, but Heatran takes 4 times the damage from an Earthquake, and once you pop the balloon, he's very, very vulnerable. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the video here. My opponent decides to lead off with Terrakion, which is a fairly strong choice, because Terrakion has 2 of the best offensive types in the game in Rock and Fighting. So it likes to use Stone Edge in close combat all the time, hits very, very hard with those, and my typical lead Heatran is not going to be able to take a close combat at all. So I'm going to go into Gliscor, who can take all those kinds of hits without a problem, and soak that right up, and especially because this close combat was a critical hit, Gliscor takes that like a champion, so I'm not worried at all. And Terrakion gets the defense drops, so my opponent is now worrying about getting Earthquaked, which is typical on Gliscor, but I actually don't carry it on my Gliscor, I carry Ice Fang. So I'm going to go for Substitute, predicting the switch, and he goes into his Mamoswine. And I was a little upset to see that he did indeed pick his Mamoswine, because of course the 3 Pokemon I chose for this are all very, very weak to Mamoswine's 2 types. And of course Mamoswine has very good offensive typing as well in Ground and Ice. However, he busts open my Substitute with that Ice Shard, but what he shows me this next round, as I use Protect to get some more Poison Stall, is that he had Icicle Spear. And that was terrifying, because if he would have used Icicle Spear while I had my Substitute up, Gliscor would have been gone. So that was either a misclick, or maybe he thought I was going to go for an attack or switch out or something like that. Because there really wasn't any reason for him not to go for Icicle Spear right there. I just didn't think he would be carrying it. It's not usually... usually Mamoswines carry Icicle Crash. Either way, I'm going to go into Heatran, because Heatran is the only Pokemon in my party that's going to be able to take an Ice attack at all. And but what's unfortunate about this is, of course, that the Icicle Spear is going to break my Air Balloon, and that's going to make me very vulnerable to Earthquakes. So my Heatran is very, very speed invested, so I'm fairly confident that Heatran's going to be able to outspeed it, so I'm fine with letting it stay in, and setting up a Substitute, because I imagined that he would probably switch out, because Heatran can outspeed Mamoswine, but I'm not sure if he knew that, because had I attacked there, I would have definitely killed that Mamoswine, so I'm not entirely sure why he stayed in with it. Either way, I'm going to go for a Substitute again, because either he's going to die to Toxic Damage this turn, or retreat, and either one is fine with me, because if he would have let Mamoswine die, that's great, because then my Garchomp doesn't have to worry about that. But otherwise, now I have a Substitute up. So he switches into Terrakion, who's going to be able to outspeed Heatran, which is good that I had that Substitute up to find that out. But it's also going to let me take a really nice chunk out of this Terrakion with an Earth Power. So he switches out predicting my switch, which was a very, very nice prediction, because of course I'm going to go into Gliscor, because Heatran cannot do much of anything against Terrakion, especially when it outspeeds it. So now I'm faced with this Togekiss, and I'm not too worried about it because, of course, Gliscor usually outspeeds, but this Togekiss was a Choice Scarfed Trick user. So it's going to trick Choice Scarf onto me, and I know he was trying to limit my stalling capabilities, but what he's doing for me is, as he's giving himself the Toxic Orb, he's going to Toxic himself for me, so I don't have to worry about it. And now I have Choice Scarf substitutes, so I don't really have anything to worry about here because I can just sit here all day and keep getting Poison Heal recovery and letting toxic damage accumulate on Togekiss. And he's going to keep, you know, trying to hit me and break my substitutes and all that kind of stuff, but there's not really anything that Togekiss can do in this situation, because of course, even without the Choice Scarf, Togekiss really isn't the fastest thing, and just about anything that Gliscor can outspeed, he can usually stall out, whether or not they have a move that would be able to kill him. So my opponent finally realizes that, you know, he's not really getting anywhere with this, so he's going to switch into Terrakion, and that's because, of course, he's safe no matter what I do, because I'm locked into Substitute now. So, of course, I'm going to switch out. He predicts the switch and goes for Stealth Rock, which is an interesting decision because you don't really see a lot of hazards in Battle Spot singles, just because there's only 3 Pokemon on each side, so there isn't a whole ton of switching. But, of course, he hasn't seen my third Pokemon yet, because I haven't brought out my Garchomp, but I'm about to here because I send in Heatran just for Death Fodder, so that I can get a safe switch into Garchomp. So I'm going to send that out right now, and that's going to threaten him a lot. I was fairly sure that my Garchomp would outspeed it, but either way, even if it didn't, I might have been able to live something. Either way, he's going to retreat into Togekiss to dodge that Earthquake, but unfortunately for him, I am Life Orbed, so I'm not committed to Earthquake. I'm just going to go for Stone Edge and take it out. So now his only choices are Mamoswine and Terrakion, and that Mamoswine is about to die, but I'm in a a sticky situation here because I have to let either Garchomp or Gliscor die. But I do know that no matter what Mamoswine decides to do, he's going to die to Life Orb damage and Toxic damage this turn. So it was basically a choice of who I wanted up against Terrakion, and I wanted Gliscor because I was more confident that I would have the guaranteed kill there. Because Gliscor, of course, is going to be able to soak anything that Terrakion is going to be able to do, and I do have that Choice Scarf still, so I know I'm going to be able to outspeed and hit it with an Ice Fang. And luckily for me, I did get the flinch on that turn, which, of course, is very nice, but either way, I don't think it would have mattered, because there's nothing that Terrakion can do that can take that amount of health from Gliscor, as far as I know. So either way, I'm going to get that off, and that seals the deal for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little something different from what we had been doing, and hopefully we'll continue being able to offer a variety of episodes like this. Daniel and I have been hoping to start a VGC series, which should start happening soon, because Daniel and I have been participating in a lot of VGC tournaments lately, and of course we have a lot of battle recordings from those. So look forward to that soon, and in addition, I'm going to be uploading the finale to Daniel and I's original set fairly soon, because we did hear some interest in the finale, and we figure, you know, might as well upload more videos for you guys being patient and waiting for us. So thank you very much for sticking with us, and I hope you've been enjoying it so far. See you next time.